Role models. What's happening, everybody? Yeah, I just wanted to talk about being a good role model, for your children, for other children, But before we get started, if you can subscribe, I appreciate. I'm trying to get my subscribers up. But and as everybody knows, I just came back from a cruise a couple days ago, and man, I came back. The first day I felt a little bit sick, but then the second day I felt even sick. It's just like now I feel terrible. But I didn't make a video yesterday, so I'm gonna try to do one right now. I don't feel good, but I wanted to talk about role models. Us, honestly, it doesn't matter how old you are to be a role model. You could be 15 years old and be a role model to a 13-year-old. You know what I mean? Like everybody thinks like, oh, you got to be an old person to be a role model. No. Everybody could be a role model, And it's just like right now I feel like it's just our role models right now are like Cardi B, Snoop Dogg, people like that. Nothing against them. But it's like, do you want your daughter to grow up to be like Cardi B, Sexy Red? It's like, do you want your son to grow up to be, try to be like Snoop Dogg? It's like, come on. And that's our role models nowadays for our kids, is there's no more like action heroes. There's no more like, you know what I mean? Just anything. It's just like weird, social media crap now. But, us as adults, we need to learn how to be better role models, especially if you're a parent. You know what I mean? Being a good role model is everything. That's gonna help shape a child into being a person, or a young person into being an adult. It's like that's what helps mold you. It's we can't be a bad influence around our kids, because then they're gonna think, oh, my dad does this. Well, and I know, this is the thing. I'm not perfect. None of us are. Nobody's perfect. I drink in front of my kids, I cuss. I try not to, but I cuss, but I'm not committing crimes. I'm not hurting anybody. I'm not breaking no laws. I don't break no law. You know what I mean? When I drink at home, or I get an Uber. If I'm out somewhere, I Uber it. What is it? $20, $10? It depends on how far you are, but if your kids see you drinking and driving, it's just everything in general. You know what I mean? They'll think that that's all right. Other people will think that that's all right. And that's like, we just have to think about what we do and make sure it doesn't affect other people. You know what I mean? Like everybody knows, I'm a little wild. I'm a little, I'm not perfect. I'm not a saint. I know I'm far from that, But I try, I try to be a normal human being, a normal, especially around young kids and stuff. And I know I talk a little, especially when people are around and there's, people are at my house and we're hanging out and what up, G? I know I talk like that and stuff, but I don't, I'm not trying to commit any crimes. I'm not trying to hurt anybody. I'm not trying to victimize anybody. I'm not trying to, nothing, I just want to be a normal citizen, It's just a normal, I don't want to be getting arrested. I don't want to be, none of that stuff, But it's not even just like criminal. It's just everything. Even if you're in a toxic relationship and you're arguing all the time or this and that, younger people are going to see that, They're going to see that, especially if you have kids. You know what I mean? I got 4 kids and all of them are good. All of them are good. And it's weird because the older ones seen more, they're older and they came out the best. My youngest really didn't even see anything. Ever since she's, she's been alive, everything's been good. We've had money, jobs, everything's been great. But she's kind of like the bad one, for some reason. She didn't even grow up poor or bad or anything. The older ones did, and they came out good, you know? It's because she's more on social media. She's more on like music videos and all this crap that comes with entertainment nowadays, you know? And so like that's her role models, you know? Sexy Red, Cardi B, all these, you know, Beyonce, you know, it's like I feel like that's the problem nowadays, you know? Is that is the entertainment world is raising our children, not us. You know what I mean? And we feel like it's fine, like, oh, it's just a music video. Oh, it's just this. Oh, it's just that. No, it's bad for their mind, you know? Because they think that that's right, you know? They think that acting like that's right. They think that, you know what I mean? Like, so we just gotta watch what we have around our children, who we have around our children, what we do around our children and other children and other people. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, you know, we got to learn to control ourselves a little bit, you know? It's not like people act like they can't control themselves. Like, oh, you know, come on. If a cop pulls you over and asks you for your ID, give him your ID. You know what I mean? It's no big deal, you know? And you don't got to spaz out. Like, I see that all the time now. You feel spazzing out on the cops, young kids. And it's like, I don't want my children to do that, you know? So I'm trying to be sorry about that. Some of my other, you know, so I'm trying to be a good role model. You know what I mean? It's the most important thing in this world. And everybody, you know what I mean? You ain't got to be perfect. No, none of us are perfect, but we could try to be a little bit better role models. You know what I mean? It's, you know, it's not that hard, you know what I mean? I still drink, I still smoke, I still do stuff, you know what I mean? It's like, I just don't do drugs, I just don't commit crimes, you know what I mean? I don't yell at my old lady. If me and my wife want to argue, we have something to argue about, I don't do it in front of my kids. I wait until we're alone. I don't do it in front of my friends. We wait until we're alone, you know? Just like that one movie, remind me to whoop your ass later when we get home. That's the funny part. All right, you guys, I'm sorry the camera's all moving around. I'm just trying to get this video in. But just remember, you know what I mean? Try to be a good influence on your kids, other kids, you know, other people, you know? Steer them the right direction. You know what I mean? All right, thank you, everybody. I'll have you know, I'm really not feeling good, so I'll have a better video tomorrow or the next day. But thank you, everybody, for still tuning in. And just thank you for tuning in and watching. I'm not even going to ask you to do anything. You know, I appreciate you guys. Everybody have a good day and God bless.